What is going on, everyone? I am DeFi Sean. That is Mr. Pixels, and we are back with another episode of Moon or Dust Trending, talking about the top 5 projects trending on our bot. Mr. Pixel, a new day, another Moon or Dust Trending. How's it going?
Going good, my friend. Going very good. Getting ready to have a look at a few more projects. Really looking at pushing things out now this week with the NFTs, with the bot, of course, and of course we got our game show starting again tomorrow after the Thanksgiving break. So we're going to have our primetime edition and our microcap edition, who we have locked in. So we'll talk about that a little later. But I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Market seems to be on a little bit of an uptick too, so that's good. At the moment, Lana's up a little bit too from even last 24 hours or whatever. But yeah, how you doing?
Doing good. Before I forget though, like button, subscribe button, post button, reshare button, repost button, whatever button you have to hit that button, because we want as many people watching Moon or Dust Trending as possible. But yeah, doing good. Busy day. Locking up some deals for Moon or Dust, doing different things like that. So everything's looking good with it. And we're going to talk about the market here in a second. We're kind of going to start out every show just kind of talking about different things within the market, just giving everyone time to pile in. With the down market, with the holidays, things have obviously been a little bit slow. I've definitely noticed since Thanksgiving, numbers have been down. So pretty normal across the space. We'll be back tomorrow for the first time in 2 weeks with some Moon or Dust. And I think some good stuff coming. Get those NFTs. While I can't promise anything, like I said, we're working out some pretty cool different ways that we're really amping up Moon or Dust to get it to that next level, to start getting more and more of that revenue producing. Again, deal flows, not going to lie, are dead right now. Any KOL will tell you deal flows are very, very rough right now. But I have no doubt we're in the middle of a pullback, and I think it's going to come back like we talked about, even more aggressively than last time. I know I got to get my screen pulled up.
Next parabolic leg incoming, I believe. Is what they say. But yeah, just to touch on that too, Sean. Really quick for anybody that is watching, go and get the Moon or Dust bot. If you want to be talked about or highlighted on the show, you can go to moon-or-dust.fun. You can see here right on the screen trending. Go to that and click add mod trending bot. It'll pop open another window where you will be prompted to add it to your Telegram, add it, give it the admin permissions, and get your community voting, and you can appear on this bot within your Telegram. You appear on the top 5, and you can come on the show here to give us a breakdown. If you're in the top 5, 4, 3, or 2, we'll do a quick 5-10 minute quick little pitch, get everybody up to speed. You hit that number 1 spot. We'll do a super deep dive. We'll make a clip about it after the fact, post it through all our channels, that kind of thing. There are options too. If you don't have the numbers in your community, you're just getting going, you're starting out, there are options that you can purchase as well on here, or you can you get a vote multiplier. So you can buy a 1.5x, a 2x, a 2.5x vote multiplier on the bot as well. Really good rates too on that, and coordinate. It lasts for like an hour, I think, and you can coordinate with your community. Let's say 11 PST, just before an hour before the show starts. Get your boost or your multiplier, and have everybody vote. Hit that number 1 spot. Come on here, get the exposure that we're bringing. We're going live across, of course, YouTube, Twitch, multiple channels across all of those, and then you can also just get a tiered boost, which will bring you right either to the top 5, where we just talk about the project. Obviously the top 3, we'll talk about it, opportunity to come in, and then if you can buy your way right to the top spot too, if you want to take advantage of the platform that we have here and get your word out across that, get the deep dive on your project and all that, and then get the clip and stuff after the fact too, and make that connection with us. So yeah, again, go to moon-or-dust.fun and download the bot right there. And let's have a look at the market then, Sean, for a moment. Let me just remove this, and there we go. All right,
let's see what we're working with. 91.8. It was 92 a second ago, so Bitcoins came right back up. I know it dipped yesterday to around 84. I really do think that we're kind of consolidating right here. Something we want to see. Again, we want to see that Bitcoin dominance kind of ease off a little bit, because we want that altcoin season. Again, still tons of fear in the market. Obviously not a good thing. But yeah, overall, everything rebounded. Solana's up to 140. BNB's up to 881. XRP's up to 217. Like we said, Bitcoin. Ethereum's holding over 3,000. So yeah, really cool with all that. I also was looking at this. I saw this because again, I'm really paying attention with the cycles, not really doing what they've done in the past. I'm really paying attention to all the economic news because I really do think that that's what's really going to drive this forward. Because unlike previous cycles, all of this news was never here. The SEC being for crypto instead of against it, policies being for instead of against it. I mean, we've never had this. And I think this is what's going to start to propel that mainstream adoption. I know when I got into crypto years ago, like 1 or 2% of the population was in it. Now it's 5. And even though it took all these years to go to 2 to 5%, I see us going like from 5% to 10% even faster. Like stuff like this. Paul Atkins spoke from the New York Stock Exchange on Tuesday, saying that the SEC plans to unveil an innovation exemption for crypto projects in a month or so. Basically, they're going to come up with some different stuff. It looks like why they're working on the Bitcoin structure bill. So before it actually passes legally through Congress, it looks like they are going to come up with stuff. So a good news while we're waiting. So let's see what he said. It said that the agency can continue advancing digital asset regulation without legislation from Congress, signaling his expectations for 2026. Said the SEC was providing technical assistance as Congress considered legislation for digital asset regulation, like referring to the market structure bill, which is what you hear me talk about a lot, working its way through the U.S. Senate. Atkins said that although the agency's operation were impacted by the longest U.S. government shutdown, they're still working to make progress with crypto. We've had enough authority to drive forward. I'm looking forward to having an innovation exemption that we've been talking about now. So yeah, it's just going to be a really good thing to see.
And you
set those rules.
Yeah, you can see by that too. If you scroll up there a minute, where they're saying about being able to regulate without legislation from Congress, like that in and of itself is it's kind of terrifying, right? The whole idea is that like there's checks and balances, and these things get like really thought out. But that's correct in a perfect world. But the reality is Congress is absolutely dog shit useless as well. So it's like we'll never get it through that. Like we'll never get anything done if we try to go through it. So it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And which leads to massive unknowns, right? Are they going to do good things for us? Are they going to do bad things? Are they going to do things that are just going to benefit them? Like, how's it going to work? Or the alternative is we go over here and we go the Congress route and nothing ever gets done. It gets bogged down in the fucking wheels of bureaucracy and bullshit for years and years and years, and we just go stagnant. So with that much unknown, you're going to have extreme fear in the market. Like, there's no doubt about it. The fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all. So that's why I feel like we're experiencing it. And this guy here just kind of laid it out from what I can see. We're in the damned if you do, damned if you don't phase here at the moment, from what I can see.
Yep.
And a lot of these people don't even understand. You go to Congress, dude, these people are majority one foot in the grave, and they're not technological at all. They have no fucking idea what cryptocurrency even is. We're expecting these, a lot of these fucking dinosaurs to like legislate this stuff. They have no idea. Someone's going to tell them what to do, and they'll do it. Some bureaucrat or some, donor or some, whatever you want to call it, in the background is going to say, this is what we want done. Here's, couple of 100,000 for your campaign, go and do it. You don't even know who those people are a lot of the time. So what are you going to do? We just gotta in a prayer, hope and pray.
Yep. Yeah. And of course, for mainstream adoption, it needs to pass through Congress. I mean, that's needed, because even if they do stuff, a new administration comes in, they can change, you know how that goes. So it's got to pass. Yep. So I think for full, and I honestly, while I agree with what you're saying, I do think it will pass. I think it's important to the president and different things that they have going on. So I do think that they're going to kind of in a way be forced to get it done. I know the last bill that they passed over the summer, it passed pretty overwhelmingly. It wasn't like 51-49. What was it? Was it the Clarity Genius Act? I think it was Genius Act. It passed pretty overwhelming. So that's a good sign. So yeah, I think once we kind of get some more of that clarity, especially with Bitcoin, get that institutional money even more so flowing into Bitcoin, I think that's when we're really going to see things kick off. And I'm really hoping, I know Trump is saying he really wants that bill done by early 2026, but we know how that goes. So yeah, we'll kind of have to sit back and see how that goes.
I believe like the idea of like this big crypto push right now, like a massive part of it is to tackle the insane amount of like out of control debt that the country is in. So I know that the crypto angle is a way to tackle that in a massive way. So I would imagine he's going to push harder than ever to do that, because like, you got to put yourself in that position. You're the president. You want to try and, take that back, rein that in as much as possible, for however many years you're going to have after that, maybe 2 years by the time you said, Sean, let's say you'll have in and around that 2.5 years or so after that point. So you're going to want to go out like as one of the presidents that was like, took that down, it's some way, shape or form. You take it down through crypto, bro, you're going to be a legend. You know what I mean? You give people back a future through crypto, and cutting back that massive debt, you're going to be a legend, like no doubt about it. So but yeah,
I mean, honestly, the only way they probably can do that is by investing in Bitcoin, to be honest. 10 20
right.
years from now, no telling if they start accumulating sub 100 what that's going to be worth in 10 20 years. Because Bitcoin, like real estate, if you look at the chart, it only goes up over time. Of course, there's corrections, and I deal with real estate just like real estate. There's always a correction. There's times where the markets are down, but if you buy a house and you stay in it for at least 5 years, pretty much guaranteed you will have equity in that house. Maybe in the middle, it went down a little bit, but by the time you hit that 5th year, more than likely you're going to have some good equity, because it just goes up over the course of time. Of course, again, little dips here and there, but it always goes up. I mean, I know my house alone, I bought my house 8 years ago, and just not even talking about the equity I paid, what I paid in it, just from what I paid for it then to what I could sell it for now, probably 120,000 in equity, from what I paid for it then compared to what it would list for now. So it only goes up. So, and Bitcoin's not much different.
Quick shout out to our peeps in the audience. Richard, all right, brother, how you doing? Mustafa is in the house.
Nice,
our boy
nice.
Jim Picker, Ziggy Taz, Tazzy Zig, Ziggy Zig. What's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you. And everybody, we are live across YouTube, X, Twitch. So yeah, we appreciate all you guys tuning in right now. Hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving break. We're just kicking this back off again. Get your bot installed, guys. Get your bot installed so we can talk about your projects if you're watching. It's totally free. You can install it directly from the site moon-or-dust.fun. Go get it in there, start voting, give it the admin permissions, the bot itself, and yeah, we want to highlight you guys in the show.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing I saw, Bank of America says its wealth clients could allocate up to 4% of their portfolio in the crypto. See, and just these little things keep adding up that we did not have in previous cycles. So yeah, guys.
Yeah, the adoption's coming. No doubt.
Yep. Sony plans a USD stablecoin next year, so US users can pay for games and anime across its platform. So you got companies like Sony going to be putting out a stable coin. I mean, it's getting more and more adoption.
It's coming. Yeah. But it's looking good. It's positive right now. There's always going to be the ups and the downs. You just can't get too emotionally invested in any of that stuff. Don't over leverage yourself if possible. And just you got to ride those waves. But ultimately in the long term, it's looking like we're when we come out of this, we're going to come out of this with an absolute bang. From what I can see, I feel like it's my initial thought. We just got to ride it out here.
Yep. And when it comes out of it and that bang hits, boom, this is going to be right here. I know it's the 4th one, but yeah, let's go ahead and knock out Moon or Dust. Let's do some Moon or Dust talk.
Yeah.
Had some more meetings today. Hustling with Moon or Dust, trying to make sure that the whole space sees it, talking to different very highly credible partners to get in deal flows, to maybe partner with some of them. Like I said, we mentioned that multiple times, maybe folding something we're doing together with someone else is doing, just different things like that. NFTs after, what is it? First, right now, there's 22 minted, 5% split of revenue. When it hits 100, it's going to be 10. When it hits 200, it's going to be 15%. And if we sell it at the 250, it'll be a 20% split on top of CMC and different things like that we're going to throw back at the token. Because of course, again, we need to flesh this out. And Moon or Dust Media is literally just getting started. And like I said, we're having different conversations to really hopefully amp this up. And I can't go into too much. I was about to go into some details, but I can't go into too many details yet. But yeah. Let's
save the alpha. Save the alpha. Hold
yeah.
on. I'll let people know about the NFT here real quick.
Yep. Let's
Anybody
talk
that's
about
watching, if you like. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. So yes, the Moon or Dust NFTs are live right now. Let me bring this into my presenter view here, so I can look all super fancy and stuff. All right. Okay, there we go. Yes, the Moon or Dust NFTs are live right now, and you can go to mint.moon-or-dust.fun. You can also access it directly through the website. You just go up here, click Mint MOD NFT, and once you go to the homepage right here, you can see you got 22 minted so far. They just went soft launch last Friday. We just let them linger over the weekend, and we're kind of just starting to push them now this week properly. And you can just click the details button right down here, and it's going to pop open this deck that I am showing you right here, and it'll give you all these details. So let me hide this here real quick just so you can see. There it is. That's what the NFT looks like in your wallet, looking beautiful and sexy there, off drifting through the galaxy. It's awesome. Solid Christmas 2025 on a piece of Web3 history. So there will be a direct stake in the game show. That's what you'll be getting. It's a monthly Sol airdrops. 5% revenue share as it stands right now, and that revenue share will come from the game show, which is kicking back on again tomorrow for the $1,000 top wallet. We're going to have TassHub in the house playing for that, and that's kicking off again after the Thanksgiving break. But the NFTs right now, 5% revenue share, and that comes from that game shows, from the sponsorships, wheel sponsors, ads, and trending bot boosts. And that's what Sean is referring to there when he mentions about, you know, striking some deals in the background. Of course, that's Sean's baby there with Krypton Calls. He's been doing that for a long time, and that's how he's been building up his YouTube channel and all that stuff all these years, doing, you know, token reviews and working with people in the crypto, the Web3 advertising space. So he's very, very well versed, got plenty connections, and this is pretty much what we kind of will be offering, as, you know, a kind of a KOL, you could call it. It's like a new aged KOL we have with the game show and the trending bot and all that. So the ability to offer that to advertising agencies and their clients and stuff like that. But of course, we're building the audience here through the game show and through the trending show, through the bot. But then, if you know, when you go to the website also, you can find this, anything to do with these sponsorships up here. If you go to more, advertise with us, and that'll pop up the deck I'm showing you here, all about the sponsorship stuff, and that can drop you right into a DM with Sean to look at having your show sponsor or your project sponsor some of these things throughout that game show, be shouted out here throughout the week. And it goes into detail about, you know, where your sponsorships would appear on the show and all the different options. So you can go to that too. But back to the NFTs, just to show you where that revenue comes from. And obviously, you know, the trending bot, which I explained a little earlier, from the boosts and the multipliers and all that kind of stuff, the revenue that's generated, all of that revenue. So right now that is 5%. All transparent, verified on-chain structure. You can see it all, limited forever. There will only ever be 250 of these bad boys in regards to the Moon or Dust game show. Unlimited mints per wallet, all into NFTs. They use the same design. There's no rarities, tiers, or anything. That's just all utility focused. They're 1 Solana each, and it's open from the 1st to the 20th. The 20th is the cutoff point. They will be shutting down. So as soon as we turn into the 21st, the mint will be closed forever. And that will be our last chance. So then let's move on to the milestones as we sell out. So once we sell 100, we will do a 5 Solana buy and burn of the Moon or Dust token itself, which here it is right now. It is 68 market cap. This is a hardcore, straight up community token. It's awesome, but we'll be facilitating it here also through the game show, stocking our treasury with it, and some other things I'm going to discuss here right now. But yes, 100 sold. We do that 5 sol live buy and burn of the token. We increase the 5% revenue share to 10% once we hit the first 100 sold. And we will do that buy and burn 2 live on the show here on probably a Friday. Once we sell 200, we'll do a Moon or Dust Christmas special show hosted by Sean himself, and it will be a $3,000 top wallet for that. And also then the trending bot version 2 development will begin. Obviously, we want to update that trending bot to be able to send messages directly into communities, you know, whenever we need to, when the show is starting, when we're talking about them. try to get somebody on the show. So that's kind of the next version. Everything is kind of still in beta stage right now, as far as even the game show. And then, of course, we will increase the revenue share of those to 15%. Once we hit the 200 mark. And basically how it would work is the holder would be chosen via wheel. So every NFT that you get, that is one slot on the wheel. We'll spin it on the Friday, and then we'll do the live game show in studio on Christmas Eve. It's a half an hour long, so we're like, it could be good fun for people to sit down on Christmas Eve and do it. So we said, you know what, we'll do it. If we get to that point, we'll do it. Be a lot of fun. $3,000 could be for yourself, could be you representing a project, whatever you like, whatever you want to do. And then we'd play for that. Anything that does not get won will also go and buy and burn the Lunar Dust token. And then once we sell out at 250, we will submit for it's $5,000 basically to get the coin market cap listing. As Sean mentioned yesterday, we tried avenues to try and get them to list it. Sometimes that does happen, but right now, they want a little more action from the token, this and that. So in the early stages always. So we're going to facilitate that. If we sell out, also, we will increase the rev share to 20% for the NFTs, and the Lunar Dust game show itself will go into its version 2 stage of development too. So that is all of the milestones that are currently available for the NFTs right now. So go to mint. Where is it? There it is. Pop up there. mint.moon-or-dust.fun right now, and you can click it right there. This is the page you will go to. There it is, in mint 5, mint 10, mint right now. Click this to get the details that I just showed you if you want to have a quick recap for yourself. They're 1 Solana each. Only 250 are ever going to be released. And it's right up until the 20th. So if you are interested in these and you believe the vision that we have here, everything we're doing and working on, go and pick one up. Again, like I said, mint.moon-or-dust.fun. We're at 22 sold right now, Sean. Come on, let's sell a few here throughout this live show. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely get on over, get a piece of Lunar Dust, and like I said, join the party. And you're pretty much definitely buying equity in Lunar Dust, because I do think that this could be something huge. Again, kind of a new section of crypto entertainment, I guess we're calling. I didn't even tell Mr. Pixel this yet. It's not really giving anything away, but I had a meeting with a potential partner that are doing something even similar to what we're doing. A little teaser for a spoiler for or a tease, I guess you can say, for Mr. Pixel about something I have to talk to him about after this. But I met with a really big company. It's someone that you would have heard of. They're actually doing something similar to us. And there may be an opportunity to join forces and really start to.
You mean like a game show
push this forward.
Thing?
Kinda. They're not doing a game show, but they are
entertainment style.
Yes. Okay. They're doing something that's kind of like pushing into that like crypto entertainment, kind of like we're doing. So there's like potential synergy that we can get going,
cross-pollinate,
potentially. Yep, team up. So again, guys, it's so much bigger than a token, because like I said, we kind of keep the token off to itself. That's kind of community driven. I know Titan takes the lead with a lot of the community stuff. So as always, shout out to him, because he crushes it with that. And while we're doing that, we're doing everything we can on the game side to really push this forward and make this a huge success. And I have no doubt when that money starts falling back down, I mean, we are going to see it. The deals, everything. Lunar Dust is going to be big. And like I said, I know what it looks like being in the KOL section. I've made a living the past 3 years doing it, and it can get wild. And I think what we're setting up here, it can honestly be even bigger than Crypto on Calls, to be honest, what we're setting up here. So I think it's going to be huge.
Good, I'm excited for it. I'm just excited for this market to take kind of the next turn and get some positivity back in, lose a little bit of that fear, get some money flowing back in here. And again, of course, we're also in a position where a lot of investment is going into AI right now, because the returns on AI is massive. So crypto is in a little bit of a stall state at the moment because of that. But eventually that's going to kind of level itself out, and I feel like you're going to start to see that flow back in a little better too. It's definitely going to ease the bottleneck anyway, for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, a lot of people think there's an AI bubble. Now, I've said this before. Does that mean that AI isn't here to stay. No, it's just a bubble because all these companies are being evaluated a lot higher than it makes sense from their revenue and different things like that. So a lot of people think that there's a bubble, it's going to burst. So a lot of the fear and uncertainty and all of the markets surrounding us come from AI. At least that's what I get when I'm, researching, looking at different things. Just like, we had that internet bubble back in what was it, the 90s? Didn't mean internet wasn't the next big thing. It was. But stuff was being valued so high based off of that speculation that it wasn't, those numbers just weren't humanly possible. When you got a company like an AI company getting valued at this certain valuation and it's not even producing revenue yet, I mean, that's how these bubbles start to form because
it's the same in a lot of
so high.
Yeah, exactly. And to touch on that point, it's the same in a lot of big tech. Like you have this tech company will have this like simple utility. And I've said this before, but the real money's in the data. That's why they're valued so high. But they also cannot like come blatantly out and say, oh yeah, we're stealing everybody's data and selling it for billions. Right. And nobody ever makes anything from it. We just make all the money and you make all the data. So like there's a very fine line there for them to come out but you can see it in their own valuations, but they're like, okay, well, how the fuck are you coming to this? Oh, well, it's future predictions, this and that's. Like, yeah, bro, yeah, you're selling tons of data. And it's the same with AI. Imagine the amount of AI. Like Google has taken second tier now to people like searching ChatGPT for answers and linking them to this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So like the tide is shifting here massively. So just gotta kind of wait and see how that plays out. But anyway, back to the NFTs. I mean, the whole reason, of course, we're doing this is we want to, as Sean just mentioned, we want to take this to the next level. And as you can see by the roadmap laid out here, like all of these funding will be going back into the treasury, into paying for, prize money as we move forward, some marketing efforts. There's tons of things, development, obviously, that we've mentioned here. And, we're increasing the revenue share too as we sell out. So please come and help us, support what we're doing, see the vision that we're doing. And the reason I actually got really excited, Sean, when you said that about these people are doing something similar to us, because when I see that, that's the forming of a new potential meta. When you see other people saying crypto entertainment, guys, this is the fucking way we need to go. We need to start moving in. You see, YouTube now is the massive shift going on in YouTube right now. If anybody's been noticing, I think in the last month or something like 21 million channels were banned on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but there is a huge shift going on the surface. AI algorithms, they're trying to chop long form content all together and like push more of that, TikTok style short. So that's undergoing a massive shift as well. So, it's
our society. Our society has no attention span, so I mean, it's the right call on their part.
Yeah, that's what they're looking. They're just looking at clicks. They're looking at dollars. There's a lot of people that aren't making nowhere near the money they used to make on YouTube, even in general, just due to the platform itself and the trajectory it's going, I guess. Anyway, as you can see, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this platform out. So support us, get an all NFT if you can, and join us on the journey. The success of the game show will also be your success as well. So it's been a community thing from day one. We built it with the community, having them come up and test it out live as well. So it only seems fair that if we can sell this out, it'll go a long way to the next phase here. And of course, then the community are involved. They're all generating as well as the game shows being success as well. So excited for it. All right, let's talk about some projects, Sean. Let's see who we got today.
Yeah, let's knock out Infinaen real quick since we did Moon or Dust. I know it's not necessarily in order, but let's knock out Infinaen.
Absolutely.
For those that aren't familiar, because this one won't take that long, everyone, I know a lot of people watching, I can see is mostly our built-in audience. So again, it's a little slow with the holiday season. But Infinaen, go back to Friday's episode, which would have been, let's look at
we get a lot of people watch 28th. After the fact too, I believe, Sean. We get a lot of views after live.
We definitely get after. Excuse me. So go back to the 28th episode, we talked in detail about Infinaen. So Friday the 28th, Infinaen is what started this whole thing. Started out as an L2 blockchain, which still exists. It's where you stake your tokens. We have our own blockchain. You can launch your tokens, all that fun stuff. But it's the thing that started it. Blockchain, all that revenue to a tune of 50% is coming back to Infinaen. this led to our token launcher, Lunar Pump, which we are working very diligently to get things going and make sure that everything's running up to par. Unfortunately, we don't have the funding of Pump Fund, so we have to do certain things to get it running and operating exactly how it needs to be operating, because we're working on a lot of things. Like I've already said it, we have some community members that are crushing it, getting people over to the platform here very shortly. I know Mike has a big relationship, even more so than me. A lot of my relationship with Crypto on Calls are with your bigger projects like your Biokrips of the world. Mike has a lot of connections to your DGen devs and stuff. So I know he's working with them to get people over. So Lunar Pump is definitely something that we're working big time on. It can be a huge revenue generator. I believe 30% of the revenue from Lunar Pump is going back to Infinaen, the token, directly. So Infinaen isn't going anywhere.
Pull up Lunar Pump, let them see that lovely platform.
Yeah, technically, Lunar Pump is going to be 2 years old. We launched, I think, February of 24. We launched Operation Phoenix, which would become Infinion. So huge. 110x in a bear market on BSC. It is what born the idea of creating our own blockchain and different things like that. So Infinion, is coming up on 2 years old. The blockchain is definitely over a year old now, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a really cool platform here. See just the loading. We're going to get that loading faster again. As our budget increases, as we start to grow and gain more and more adoption, everything about this will just keep getting bigger and better. Someone made a DeFi Sean token. Lunar Dust.
You made that.
Motor Dust right here. Oh, did I? Lunar Dust right here.
I don't know. I was just joking. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's see. But yeah, just all the yeah, I hated that. That was all the slurp right here, bonded. So yeah, guys, it's a really cool platform. Of course, when we start getting some more tokens launched on it, we're going to go into more details about it. Everything from the ICO option. And yeah, guys, I mean, we've laid the groundwork. Like I said, we really need a good market turn. And I have all the confidence in the world that our ecosystem will be one to reckon with. Like I said, I'm trying to use my connections to get everyone that are worth partnering with in any kind of way, shape, or form partnered with, so we can really, really propel this thing forward, because, us, our holders, everyone deserves for this to be a huge success.
Yeah, dude. And the Infinion crew, like I know some people come in and come out, and that's just the nature of the beast. Obviously, Infinion was always going to be a long-term play. And that's like, nobody was under any, delusions about that. I mean, I certainly knew it. Most of the people at the time knew it. But this Lunar Pump being the flagship product of Infinion, like, is beast. I love the platform. There's definitely room in the market. We're still sub 100 token launchers on Solana right now. So like that, there's massive opportunity there to steal a small portion of that market. It looks really good. There's some awesome features in there, and that was one of the big things we were trying to do, where, as we talked about, that entertainment meta. So we added the feature into this for the live streaming to be able to, tip and reward users, so users can tip directly into the wallet. So when you set up your wallet, you connect it like in the chat too, in the live chat, in the live stream portion. So any token that launches here, you do have access to that, and you're just dropping a YouTube link, and on the back end, pretty much, and you have the ability to like reward your people that are in the chat directly into their wallet, signing a straight transaction. It's really cool. You can highlight participants too if you want to like have a conversation live in front of anybody, so that like they don't necessarily have to be watching the chat. Pops up on screen, whatever that specific person. So you can run your own game shows, and that's kind of where Lunar Dust came from. Was we wanted to show people what was possible through Lunar Pump and that kind of feature, and try tap into that crypto entertainment meta. So, and that's why I wanted to say as well, to emphasize, Sean, shout out to all the guys from the Infinion crew. Like, they've been coming along, and I know this isn't easy, and you got to pivot, you got to move, you got to change course sometimes, you got to roll with the market, roll with the punches, but staying alive, staying afloat is paramount. And that's kind of what this all spawned from. Once we had the Lunar Dust game show, like, Sean came on out, dude, we need a trending bot. We need to do like, we get this in, we can start pulling people from that, and we get really active communities. Of course, that's the metric we want to tap into for Mooner Dust and Mooner Dust Trending is we create this platform. We use the bot to directly tap into those hype active communities at that given moment, given the platform, bring it to our audiences and, help that community grow and build and, and it doesn't cost them an absolute fortune. We all know marketing in Web3 is crazy insane. And you can install this bot for, totally free. And that's where it came from. And, Lunar Pump is a massive part of that. Infinaen, of course, before it. So the goal is we got to keep trucking here and we're still aiming to get that massive market share on Lunar Pump. If we can, even 1% of the market share on Lunar Pump, 2%, massive. You're talking huge numbers there, and it all flows back into the ecosystem that we've been building here for a long time. So Mooner Dust, again, is like the marketing branch, because if you're trying to pay that amount of money, hey, why not just set up our own thing? Let's make our own marketing outlet here that doesn't cost us a fortune. Let's make something entertaining that is going to bring audiences not just from crypto, but from, outside even the Web3 space, which Mooner Dust, the game show itself, has the ability to do. So just bringing that over now is kind of where is the phase that we're at here right now. Lunar Pump itself is going through some updates, like Sean said, getting that load and working properly, and a few other, issues and some features that we want to get added in there and get it right up to par. But it's an awesome site. Go check it out. You can launch there right now. But expect huge improvements too as we move forward here for the whole ecosystem and everything. So Mooner Dust right now is the outreach phase. Pretty much everything has been built already on the back end. So now we start bringing people in and we continue building and continue growing.
Awesome. Yep. All right, guys. That's Infinaen, and that is Mooner Dust. So let's see what else we got to talk about.
And Lunar Pump, we got them all in today. Awesome. Okay.
And Lunar Pump, yeah.
And we got TassHub. So let's talk about TassHub real quick because they will be on our show tomorrow, everybody, playing for the $1,000 hosted by Sean, the Mooner Dust game show itself, coming back after the Thanksgiving weekend break. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Appreciate all you guys watching YouTube, Twitch, X, or across multiple channels there. If there's anyone from TassHub that wants to come up and chat with us, please just send Sean an old DM. We've already had Burning up here a while back. They were in the #1 spot. We did a super deep dive, and we also released a clip. You can see it on the X timeline if you want to go and check it out. So let me pop them up here real quick. Yes, so everybody, TassHub it's basically, it has a social element to it too, but it is like a crypto Web3 kind of version of OnlyFans. It's like a behind the paywall, you offer exclusive content. Doesn't necessarily have to be adult entertainment per se, but that is certainly the target market that they're going for. But it can be anyone. They have over 700-800 people on there right now. They're in they're also bringing people into their platform phase. You can sign up as an individual. You can sign up as an actual content creator as well. So you can head on over there. They have an entire referral system set up, and they are going through massive development at the moment, just adding in some of these extra features, bringing on some more developers. They're looking at doing this really right. From what I can see, they look like very legit operation. From even talking to Burning and Jake as well was up here, the COO, and they're in the middle of a big outreach phase at the moment. So go check them out. It is TassHub.com, TassHub.com. Again, take advantage of that referral system. I believe it is, I keep forgetting what that percentage is. I think it was there's a decent percentage anyway. So anybody that you bring over, if they're a content creator, it's probably written there too, Sean, in the referral system. But if they are a content creator, you bring them over, any revenue they generate, you will get that percentage in perpetuity as long as they're functioning on the site. So it's a good incentive to bring people on over, whatever it is. Like we said, it doesn't necessarily have to be adult content. But that's certainly the market they're looking to tap into for sure, no doubt about it. And they seem to be doing very well so far. And again, that is TassHub.com, TassHub.com. Let's have a look at the X account there, Sean, real quick. And give them a quick shout on there. That is TassHubCrypto.com. That is TassHub Crypto. TassHub Crypto. That's the handle, at TassHub Crypto. Random followers of TassHub Crypto and TassHub Spicy will receive airdrops every day during the first week of December, equals 14 airdrops. To participate, follow both accounts for double the chance. Drop your wallet in a comment and repost. Do your own research. Giveaway is for the community. So they got a competition run. You're going to see a lot of those Christmas competitions popping up. So that's the X account. How many followers they got on there right now, Sean? Again, they're in the growth stage. It looks very organic on there.
Oh nope, they surpassed 1,000.
All right,
I know they were in the 900s for a while. So yeah, good to see that.
Awesome. Yeah, congratulations, guys. And again, like I said, if you got any more updates coming or anything like that, as long as you guys are in the top 5 or anybody, always welcome to come on or give us any updates. Like I said, we've had Burning on already. We did a super deep dive on TassHub. Let's have a quick look at the chart, Sean, see where they're sitting at right now. And of course, obviously, Web3, they got a token. It is sitting at 1.8 million market cap right now. It looks like. Sean, you want to give us a little detail on the token?
Yeah, overall looks good. Yeah, they just been on this upward trend probably since they've started being talked about on Lunar Dust.
Of course.
So yeah, overall looks good. 162K liquidity, 1.8 million market cap. We've got some 4.2K volume. And again, guys, this is what organic volume looks like right now in the market. Typically, I'm not going to say for everyone, but typically you see 6 figures. That's just your market maker, a volume bot running. Market, again, is dry right now. Altcoins, meme coins, marketing dollars, everything's just a little dry right now. But yeah, overall, chart's looking good. They had some sales. But yeah, this is one that is going to be more of a long-term play for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we wish you guys the best, of course, as always. You guys are crushing and really nice people. And you get to see, I'm not sure exactly. I know they're trying to get, I believe, Jenna on, but maybe not. It might be Bernie. It might even be Jake. Who knows? On to represent TassHub in tomorrow's game for $1,000 top prize. They're going to take on the Whales to hopefully bring that grand back home to the TassHub community. I wonder what they're going to do with it. We'll ask them all about it tomorrow. So tune in for that. It's going to be at noon. And right after that, we'll be coming back for the trending show. So that'll be at the usual noon. And that show does start on time. Usually we're very, we really want to make sure that show always starts on time. Trending, all right, can take a minute sometimes because we got a little prep work to do beforehand and this and that. So, but yeah, go check them out. TassHub.com. Shout out to you guys. Good luck tomorrow. What else we got? Biokript. Sean did a full breakdown on these boys. And has their token launched yet? Do we have a date for that yet, Sean?
Tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, let's check all that out. So yeah, this is one we've covered quite a bit. So shout out to Biokript. They've been on here. This is the one that's backed by Microsoft, partnered with Microsoft. You got my token review right here. You can go check out amongst some other ones. That is their CEO right there, talking featured, tons of publications. Their platform, super low trading fees. Think an Axiom style platform. In my video, I demo it. Super fast, in and out. It's a great platform. Highly recommend go and check it out. Again, partnership with Microsoft. 50% of the profits are going to be coming back to the token. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the 3rd. Here we go. Biokript launches in 24 hours. This was 2 hours ago. So yeah, tomorrow, by the time we get to Lunar Dust Trending, we should have this live. I know a lot of people in the community are in it. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Anybody from Biokript out there, come on, you're launching tomorrow. Get your asses up here. Hamden, he appeared in the $1,000 primetime episode just before the Thanksgiving break, and he walked away with $750 for Biokript.
Yep.
So it would be great if we could get you guys. I mean, I know maybe before the launch might be a little tricky now, but if there is somebody watching from Biokript, or anybody in that Telegram over, let them know. If they're launching tomorrow, come on. Jump on the show. We're going to be here live. It'd be cool to have you guys on for launch day, live and see how it all goes. Get your insight and let the audience know all about it.
Yeah. So yeah, huge shout out to Biokript. We will definitely have our eye on them tomorrow to see how it's going. So yeah, expect us to be doing a lot of Biokript talking tomorrow, assuming they're in the top 5, which they should be. Their community above all should be active tomorrow.
Biokript, don't fuck it up. Be in the top 5. We want to talk about you guys.
Yep. Definitely want to talk about you guys. So yeah, get in the top 5. And of course, the community that doesn't stop. Moving on to them. They are just
Kurumi.
Seems like they're always in the top 5.
Those guys are
So
beasts.
usually,
Hopefully we'll get one of those guys up here too to talk about it. Manny, what's up, bro? Come on, bring him up here. Let's hear all about it. All right. There we go. Sean.
yeah, they're
There is
back
the
up to 2
chart.
million. I think they were at 1.8 yesterday. So
Mhm.
again, this consolidation just shows you how strong their community is, especially in this market. You don't see much consolidation. You see a lot of red in this market. But yeah, I mean, they are just holding steady between that 1.8 and that 2.2, which is awesome.
And
So I'm sure
if I dare say, it was the Lunar dust effect that kicked that little run off and got him up there.
it's very possible, very possible.
But yeah, this is kind of one of those ones based on like even the website alone and the narrative, what they're going for. It seems like a decent hedge for me at this moment in time, considering the way it's been doing in this horrific market right now. The community that's behind it, the current market cap that it seems to be holding. We looked at the wallets; they look really good. Community is strong, based out of Japan, and just once the money starts coming in to something like this, you're looking at the ones they're trying to emulate. 100 million was the last one with Kokoro, I believe. The Nero before that hit 1 billion. I believe it's a lot of the similar community, and it's the same like family of people. It's their dogs basically. It's that narrative, right? So it seems like these guys are like preparing for a pump. I feel like and again, same Lunar does, once the money starts flowing in. But this seems like one of those ones that could definitely, do some numbers when the time is right.
Yeah, 100%. It's this is gonna be a good one. Like I said, they have 7,000 holders holding the floor. Just everything about this project is lining up. And I know I talk a lot about with this kind of volume in this market, market makers and all this stuff. I don't think this project uses market makers. I do think this is one of those ones that are legitimate.
Yeah. What's their 24-hour volume right now?
It's 143K. Yeah,
solid.
So very nice.
Yeah, should have got to pick me up a bag of that. I mean, maybe. Not financial advice, of course. But yeah, they do have this charity thing. Again, I'd love to get somebody on to talk about it, something that they're looking at doing down the line. Anything that's going to help out our doggo friends is always a good in my book. And it seems to be like it's going to be some kind of a global initiative. So I'm interested to see all about that. So hopefully we get someone on here to talk about it in the not too distant future. Sean. And again, we talk about it a lot, but as I said, they're on number one. Look, guys, here's the offer. If you drift down below number one, the door's open. You've hit number one plenty times at this point, and we're happy to have anybody on, even if you don't hit the top 5 at some point. If you want to come on here and talk about it, there's an offer on the table. But keep voting, at least stay in the top 5. But yeah, if you don't slide out of number one, we'd still be very happy to come have someone on, do a deep dive on it, do the clip and all that, because like I said, you guys have been pushing hard. It's looking pretty solid. I hope they do have a good Christmas over there in Japan. And Kurumi, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're muted there, Sean.
Kurumi, what how do you say?
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Go check it out. Everybody, as always, do your own research. This is certainly not financial advice. We're just highlighting. And again, anybody that uses our bot, you can go in there and fake it, but we're going to give our honest opinion about what we see always. We're going to look at the website. We're going to look at all the things you see that we go through: charts, wallets, bubble maps if needed, like whatever, narrative, and preferably have somebody on the show. So these are all the things that you need to be prepared for if you do go and you download the bot. And you can get that bot at moon-r-dust.fun. Before we close this out, let's just show everybody again where you can get it if you want to be highlighted tomorrow. Of course, we do have the episode. Prime time Lunar Dust show itself is back after Thanksgiving break with TassHub at noon. So that will start, but we'll start the trending right after that show, about 10-15 minutes or so afterwards, once we kind of recalibrate ourselves. But again, go to moon-r-dust.fun and you can download the bot. Just go up here, add trending bot. It'll prompt you via Telegram. You just add it into your group and give it the admin permissions. Get your community voting. There's paid options too that you can do. If you're just starting out, you can get vote multipliers, 1.5x, 2x, 2.5x, very reasonable, lasts for about an hour. So you can coordinate with the community, get on before noon, get into that top 5 spot. We'll highlight you. Then there's also, you can just buy your way directly in top 5, top 3, number 1, where you can get the whole clip, the deep dive and all that stuff, if that's what you want to do. So get on over there and get that. And before we close it out, finally, I better mention the NFTs here one last time. There's only going to be 250 ever. The only collection for the Lunar Dust game show itself. So you can go to mint.moon-r-dust.fun, and that will bring you to this page right here. You can mint 5, mint 10. The revenue share we talked about a little earlier in the show. We do have certain milestones. They're a Solana each. Will only ever be 250. And it goes a long, long way. And again, just so people know, you can only do 2 NFTs per transaction. So every 2 NFTs you'll have to sign a transaction. It's for safety reasons, so people can't spam it and fuck around with it, as far as I'm aware. And again, this is the details. Once you go to the website, you can click the details right down here, and it'll pop up what I'm showing you here right now. And all the milestones are laid out. Join the mod Telegram channel as well, everybody. Come on over here. Okay, there we go. And it lays out here all the milestones. And of course, this is pushing us hard onto the next phase here of Lunar Dust through these NFTs. Great that you can get them for individually for Christmas. You can get them as, for your project, put them into your treasury. It can generate some revenue. As the milestones go, we'll be increasing the rev share. Currently sitting at 5%. Once we sell 100, it'll move to 10% rev share. We sell 200, it'll move to 15%. We sell out at 250, it'll move to 20% rev share for every NFT that you hold. So that is awesome. And of course, it all goes into the development, prize paying in the future. And we have all of these awesome stuff too to do with the mod token itself. 5 Solana live buy and burn, we're going to do at 100. We will also do that $3,000 top wallet Christmas special with Sean for whoever wins. So every NFT gives you a slot on the wheel. We'll spin a wheel. Whoever wins it gets to play in that show. Come live on camera and do a Christmas special on Christmas Eve. And the money that is not won during that will also go to buy and burn mod. And then, of course, we will have the development. Stage 2 will be implemented for the development of the trending bot. And then once we sell out, we were going to get that 500K or that 5K market cap, coin market cap listing, and the mod version 2 game show of the game show itself will kick into development as well when that happens. So head on over, moon-r-dust.fun and pick up an NFT. Become part of our success with the show as well and hold it. Only 250 ever, everybody. So do not wait. Do not dilly-dally and pick one up for Christmas. Awesome gift. I hope someone buys me one.
Yep, for real. All right, guys. Yeah. Another good episode of Lunar Dust in the books. Mr. Pixel, I think you kind of just said it, but anything else before we close it out?
No, I'm good. Just everybody tune in tomorrow for we got Lunar Dust, the game show itself, starting back up. And of course, go to the website itself, moon-r-dust.fun. All the details about how the game show works, all that kind of stuff, all other clips and all the old shows are on there. So all super easy to access. So yeah, head on over there, check it out, and please show up for the game tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. TassHub in the house. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yep, TassHub playing for the 1,000 against our whales for the Lunar Dust Primetime Edition, followed by what you're watching now, Lunar Dust Trending. And of course, I am DeFi Sean, and that is Mr. Pixels. And until next time, trade safe.
Play Lunar Dust live and win big for your community or for yourself. Just don't dust. Tuesday, audience edition. Wednesday, primetime. Thursday, microcap. Think you can take on the whales and walk away with a fat bag? Be our guest for free. Lunar Dust, the most bullish game show in crypto. Visit moon-or-dust.fun for details.